So we're here at See You Later Ranch, just outside Okanagan Falls with Dave Carson, winemaker. Good to see you, Dave.
Hi, James. Thanks for coming up.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So, interesting name. Tell me about the history of the name See You Later Ranch.
It is very interesting. The See You Later Ranch label indicates the name of the site here, See You Later.
Okay.
And what happens is Major Hugh Fraser, who initially planted grapes up here.
When was that?
That was back in around he took over the ranch in around 1920. He planted grapes in around 1960.
Okay.
So what happened was the Major came out here with his war bride. He was a World War I war veteran.
All right.
And he loved the place. He thought this was great, decided to buy the ranch from the Hawthorne brothers. His wife didn't love it. She came from a very well-to-do English family, and she left very quickly after arriving here and left a note in the frying pan that said, see you later.
And that was it?
That was the name of the ranch, and that was his signage on his letterheads and everything moving forward.
Oh, well, that's a fun story. It makes me a bit nervous about getting home and seeing if my wife's still there myself.
It's probably a note we all would not want to see, but yeah, exactly.
So he obviously stayed then?
He did stay, and he actually never remarried. He poured his affection out on his canine companions.
All right.
And that's why on the label there we actually have I'm not sure if you can see it there, but it's a angel dog.
Okay.
And so we actually have a pet cemetery on site here, and a lot of his favorite companions rest there.
When you visit the cemetery, you can become quite overwhelmed by the love that the Major must have had for his dogs. But I'm sure he would be delighted to see the names of his beloved companions honored on the label of the wines.
So you're very welcoming to dogs, to visitors with dogs.
Absolutely. We're a huge supporter of the SPCA. See You Later Ranch has multiple events here. We have the Dog Days of Summer where everybody gets to bring their dogs up. That's in October. And yeah, events. We actually had a doggy fashion show this year, which I got to judge, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And so the people dress the dogs up in all kinds of garb.
And even dressed themselves up to match. So it was a lot of fun.
And frightening how they can resemble each other.
Yeah, we had an award for the dog that was most embarrassed of his owner. And that was quite fun. Yeah.
Sounds good. And so tell me about the wines in terms of signature grape varieties, signature wines. What are you most proud of?
Well, the wine that I think from the fruit that we grow on site here, the best wine that I think we make, they're all great wines, but of course you're asking the winemaker that.
Of course.
But probably our Gewürztraminer. We have a great site for Gewürztraminer. You know, the site is elevated and it does have kind of a northeast exposure. So what happens is you don't quite, not that it doesn't get very hot up here, but it doesn't get quite as hot as it does in the south.
Right.
Gewürztraminer ripens very early.
Yeah.
So because it's a little bit cooler, we actually are allowed to hang the grapes a little bit longer, and the longer the hang time, you can get the better flavors you can get. So it's all about the flavors.
Yeah. And what type of flavors can people expect when they crack open a bottle of it?
Well, the See You Later Ranch is a complex wine. It contains a lot of different things. You'll get some hints of actually rose petal, lychee fruit, some grapefruit, some citrus. So there's a lot of, it's a very complex wine.
Classic notes. So Dave, tell me your background then. Where did you learn to make wine?
Well, I actually grew up in the wine industry in the Okanagan. I started working in vineyards when I was in my early teen years. So this actually is my 28th vintage.
Wow, and, that's a long stretch. And where do you see it going in the next 20 years?
Well, it's always hard to predict, but I think we've actually only seen the tip of the iceberg. The reality it is we are a little bit challenged on certain places to plant grapes, or at least we feel we are, until you go to places like Germany and you see where they've managed some of their vineyards. So
steep slopes.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of opportunities out there that we just have to wrap our brain around.
Right. So tell me anything special about the winemaking philosophy here and what you do?
Yeah, well, at See You Later Ranch, what we're really trying to do is, you can obviously see from the theme, you know, we obviously have a doggy theme, but we also try to let people have fun. We say we're serious about our wines, you know, in the winemaking team, so people don't have to be serious about their wines. They can really enjoy them.
Well, listen, it's very nice to meet you, and I know you're busy with vintage, so
I'm going to be out in the vineyard.
Yeah,
thanks very much.
Let you get back to it.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming, James. Bye-bye.
See You Later Ranch is such a characterful place. We're standing here in the Major's old dining room, so I'm not entirely convinced that his wife made the right move by heading back to Knightsbridge. Anyway, when you come, you can enjoy the patio restaurant and kick back, look at the beautiful view, sip on a few nice wines, and don't forget, you can bring your pooch too.